Welcome back to episode 4 of the $300 Honda Civic build.
In the last 3 episodes, we got a ton of work done to this car, as you've seen, with a bunch of new parts that we refinished and installed. We started disassembling the car, getting it ready for the engine swap, cleaned up the body a little bit, removed the head to see if we can fix it before the swap, and that led us to buying this parts car with a good engine and a few other parts that we were going to need. We then pulled the engine on our car, and that leads us to today.
In today's episode, we now have 2 Hondas that we're working on. So we're gonna get started on the parts car. We're gonna take out the engine first and foremost. So we got a couple things to disconnect, a couple things to drain, remove the axles. Let's get started on taking that engine out. We're gonna do our best to try to get it into this Honda and see if we can get it running before the end of this video, but we'll see how far we can get. Let's get into it. Done down here on the bottom end. We just got a couple more things to disconnect. Everything up top should be pretty much disconnected, but we're going to drop it down in a second because we got to get to that power steering line. We're going to drain some power steering fluid so that we got to disconnect that line. We just got these 2 oil cooler lines or transmission cooler lines down here disconnected, and then we disconnected the axles from the transmission. As you can see here, both are hanging down. Disconnected the tie rod end and the lower ball joint on both sides, and then we just put them back in and just hand tighten the bolts so we can put this car back on its wheels and roll it out of the way when we need to. The torque mount here, which was already just kind of destroyed. So we're almost ready, just a couple more things here, and we're about ready to pull the engine out of the donor car. So we're jumping around just a little bit. We're gonna clean up this engine bay, show you guys a couple before and after. It's not gonna be the prettiest and best engine bay restoration. Just gonna clean it up a bit while the engine's out, make it look a little bit prettier. We got a couple of the lines, like the power steering hoses, sealed up so we don't get any water where we're not. The whole harness here is in this garbage bag, duct taped up. Let me show you a couple befores on this thing and a couple afters after I clean it up. So we're about ready to get this engine out of the donor car, and we're gonna lift it up, clean that engine up a little bit. We gotta swap the manual trans from the engine over here. We gotta take the manual trans off of our engine and then swap the automatic trans off of this thing and swap a couple parts over. So first things first, let's get this engine up and out of the parts car and go from there. quick update since you last saw us. We completely stripped down the parts car almost to the bare shell. I'll show you guys a couple of the things that we have for sale here. Be sure to hit me up on Instagram if any of this stuff interests you. We got a massive pile of parts. We got back seats, we got the back bottom seat, we got the front seats that are super clean here. We got a bunch of interior trims. Pretty much the whole entire interior is available. We got a really nice cluster here. Got the trunk harness with the tail lights. Local pickup in central New Jersey. That's where I'm located. So all this stuff is available. The center console, all that stuff is available. Hit me up on Instagram DMs so I can make a couple bucks back on this before we scrap this thing. I saw a lot of your guys' comments on fixing this and bringing it back to life, but it just would have been more hassle than it's worth. So I needed to take the engine from this, obviously, and at that point, might as well just went all the way. So I'm having some fun tearing this thing apart. Hopefully I can help out some of you guys with some of these parts here, because these are pretty clean. A Y8 block, that is for sale as well. About 200 bucks for that. 200 bucks for the automatic transmission that we took off. So selling everything pretty cheap. Let me know. This is our manual trans going back in. We'll get all that sorted, and the car should be running very soon, and then it's off to paint. I'm gonna start swapping out a couple of these things here, like this radiator here. I'm gonna swap this one out for this one, because this one is a little bit older and dirty and crusty. So we're gonna swap out this one that's from the parts car. It's a little bit better. And then we're gonna swap out some of these hoses here. We do have that new hose kit that you might have seen that he dropped off with us. And this car is gonna start coming together very fast. Engine is up in the air, about to go in. We got the engine in late last night. Super stoked that that is in. We got a couple things to button up on the bottom. I'm gonna go underneath and put the axles on right now. I think everything should be buttoned up from the bottom, but check all the connectors from the bottom and the coolant lines and all the fluid hoses and whatnot. And then when Dave gets here, he's gonna help me button up the top, plug the harness all back in, and hopefully pretty soon get a first start for you guys with the new engine in our giveaway car. Yeah, this thing's gonna be running and driving again really soon. Super stoked. So here we go, let's get to work. Okay, the axles are in. Next, I want to take the fenders from our parts car and finally slap them up onto here. All right, fenders are on. That looks really good, fits up perfectly. Now up next, I think I want to just see if I can tackle a little bit of this project. So we do have the 99 headlights from the parts car. So they are a little bit dirty. The housing or the lens is kind of like coming apart. This one is all dirty on the inside, back behind here, and the clips are kind of peeled up. I don't know what they did. Hopefully we can get them to work good and no condensation. You just got to make sure you seal it up nicely. I've never done anything with headlights quite like this before, so this will be a first. It'll be fun, but I'm pretty sure he was saying that these are the CTR replica headlights. I'm not quite sure, but would be pretty cool to have something like that as a part on the giveaway car. So I'm gonna try to take the lenses off here, see what I can do about getting these off, and then cleaning up the back a little bit, making sure that they look nice and clean. So let's see if I can get these headlights off, these housings off, and then go from there. pretty cool. I pretty much broke it down into its 4 main parts. So we got the lens, we got the inner lens, you got the housing, and then you have the, again, I'm trying to think, this is, I guess, the main bulb housing. So that's pretty much it. There's only 4 parts of this headlight. It's completely dirty, really nasty. As you can see in here, there's a bunch of just crap that leaked into this headlight over the months that it sat. But obviously you can see this housing is absolutely disgusting. Just so much crap in there. So we're gonna put these outside and rinse them all down. That's pretty sweet. I've never done this before. All I needed was 2 flathead screwdrivers. I know you can use a heat gun to speed up the process to get the lens detached if it's not old and brittle, but this one was like halfway already open, so a little bit easier for me without heat, but you can and should probably use heat if you're doing this on a newer headlight. So let's get this outside, wash it off, and then go from there. All right, that is one headlight fully cleaned out, pretty clean. So from here, I think I have to find out what sealant I have to use for this here, and then we can start plugging everything back together. So then I'm gonna put this back together and then update you guys when I figure out what to do with these headlights. This is me in the future real quick to update you guys on the headlights. We sealed them up and everything is nice and dry now. So completely sealed with that silicone. So these things are super clean. They do need still a little bit of compound and buffing, but these headlights turned out pretty good. Everything is buttoned up down here. Down below, we just drained and refilled the gear oil for the transmission, and everything else is tightened up. Suspension is tightened. We got the manifold on. Everything lines up. The hanger goes onto that, so we got to get the muffler still installed. So it's going to be a little bit loud, but O2 sensors are on. Drop it down, button up the manifold, and then we're almost ready for first start on the new engine. Here we go. Let's hope it kicks over first try. Here we go. All right, we're thinking loose ground, so we're gonna put that on, tighten it up, and then give it another shot. Hopefully it starts right up. We are also extremely low on fuel, so that could be a factor as well, but. What you eating, bro?
Some Wawa pizza with some brake fluid.
Quick gas out break with some Wawa pizza. Wawa pizza is not good, but it does the job.
I'm hungry.
What they say, 16th time's a charm. Gas is in it, grounds are on. Ground wasn't to the valve cover, now it is. They fixed up a couple things, so let's see if it'll turn over. Nice and quiet, bro. Oh my God. Headers are a little bit smoky, but that's about the only issue we got. Dave is a legend. We had a couple of the wires mixed up on the distributor cap because the logo, the image we were looking at was super wonky. So that's sorted. That was our simple, stupid fix. All the grounds are good. Everything is good. So we just got to do coolant stuff and all that nonsense. Sounds nice. Dude, Dave, man, this was a long process, but we got it in, and a couple more things to do, of course, on this thing. But she's running. I didn't drive it yet. Hopefully, I think it should drive as well. But runs and drives. Super stoked that this engine is finally in here, and it sounds really good. Better than both of these cars ran. It sounds because we got a bunch of stuff cleaned out. The coolant system's completely flushed out. So, guys, be sure to get entered into this car. Click the link in the description, simpleclothing.co, but most importantly, jump into the Motor Club. That's going to get you entered with 20x bonus points into every single giveaway that we do. And our next one that we already have planned out is it's going to blow this one out of the water. So make sure you're entered into there. You're going to be automatically entered into this one and into the next one that we're super excited about, and every one that we do in the future. So Simple Motor Club, check out the link in the description. Go get entered to win this car. So I'm not exactly sure where this is gonna land in the video, but I wanted to get this in this episode before closing out. I wanna put a couple of these things on right now and show you guys what the car is turning out like. Going to be a show car by any means, but definitely going to be a pretty cool car and a nice daily for one of you guys to drive around in. Dave is on his way right now to pick it up and bring it over to Mako. They're going to get it painted for us. I'll show you guys the color that we went with in about a week or so. Hopefully that'll be in the next episode. I'm almost positive it should be. Take care of the rust spots, one big dent in the back. Make sure to get entered. Jump onto simpleclothing.co. Get entered. It is very cheap to get entered to win this car. If you want to get entered into every single giveaway that we do, jump into Simple Motor Club. Shifter feels amazing with the new bushings. The body is all put together. Engine is in, runs, drives, feels really good, feels really smooth. So we still got a bunch of exciting things going down with this car. Stay tuned to see the rest of the progress. This $300 project is coming along really nicely. So I'll catch you guys in the next episode.